Do you think about me?
From the central part of the Mid-South area, from Atlanta to Arkansas to central Mississippi, his political and social talk show host, here's Glynn Salahadeen.
Good evening. Welcome to Universal One Talk. I'm Glynn Salahadeen, your host. And today in the studio with me is a long, close friend. Been knowing him for years. We go way back, and you know, me and him both had our times in music and things that we done, and you know, fun, good and bad. But in the studio with me, Marvin Perry. Well, how you doing, man?
Awesome to be here.
All right, man. Tell us something. Welcome to the studio. Welcome to Universal One. And could you tell us about what's been going on in your life, man?
God been going on. I went from Little Psycho to Knowledge, back to Little Psycho.
Okay.
But I'm back where I need to be.
Okay.
Let's put it like that. Back in October, I went through what I call a spiritual life experience.
All right. Understand.
I went back to my neighbor throwed a party. And what happened at this party, I ain't gonna call the guy name. He might not want me calling his name, but we ended up getting into it at the party. And he was drunk, I wasn't. And it was at the point where the animosity had got so strong to where he was at a state of frame where I felt like he wanted to kill me. And I was at a state of anger where I was gonna kill him.
Right, okay.
And so what happened was it had came to the point where he was even trying to get between people to get in my house. And what I did was I kind of stood in my walkway, and I was telling the guys, let him go.
Okay.
Because I had a pistol behind my back, and what I was going to do when he walked in my house, I was going to kill him. When he came in my house, my kid was I had some of my kids in another room, I was going to kill him.
Okay.
And so that night I kind of sat up, strolled the house back and forth all through the night, until my cars come through on the look, and just in case it was him, feeling like I needed to finish this.
Finish the job.
So the next morning, my fiance and I got up, and she was like, "Babe, I don't know what it is, but something telling me to take you to church." And I was like, "I ain't going to church. I'm finna handle this business."
Right.
And she was like, "No, we going to church." And, you know how it is when a woman get the nagging
and
arguing with you. To my 9 times out of 10, the man always give in and be like, "Okay, I'm gonna go to church."
Okay.
So, but before I went to church, I went over to her cousin's house, and I was like, "Man, what does he be around here?" And he was like, "Man, he be all over the place." And I was like, "Man, you know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna kill him."
Okay.
And so I got on in the car, and just before I went to church, and went on to church.
All right.
Got to church, sitting two rows from the back. I found out later that the guy named was Fred Gary Kendall.
Okay.
Or it might be Gary Fred Kendall, that's his name. At a Well Life, and we were sitting at the back, and man, he come to me, he said, "Man, the Spirit told me to tell you need to move up front." So he said, "I escort you up there." So, she just a smile, and I'm looking out like, "Baby, you don't understand that you just told me, reality done set in now. You just told me that some told you to bring me to church."
Right.
And I'm like, and this man just said the Spirit told him to tell me to move up front. Something about to happen in here. On my way to the front, man, I'm talking about just to plain and clear, my child, you have ran for too long. When he asked who need to rededicate their life to Christ, your time is now.
Right.
For you won't have tomorrow.
That's true.
Man, I'm talking about, man, I went to shaking like a wild hog knowing he about to be slaughtered. Okay. I'm talking about all the way up there, I was trembling, I was shaking, and we sitting in the service, I'm sweating, my hands filling up with water just as fast as I can do this right here. I'm talking about I had little puddles of water in my hand.
Okay.
And so 2 hours service felt like 2 minutes. Pastor Armstrong, I'm talking about, he preached a sermon that felt like he preached it directly
at you,
at me.
Okay.
And man, I got all type of thoughts going through my head. I'm looking at stuff that I done went through as a kid, and things that I done got away with, and you've been around me long enough. I should have a felony record.
Yeah.
I don't have a felony on my record. For all the trouble I done been into, and all the different things I done wiggle my way into, and then my dad coming to my rescue or whatever.
Right.
And so, God just started to talk to me, and tell me, when doctor said that you weren't gonna run again, talking about, I was your miracle worker, I was your doctor. I rehabilitated you when you was going in and out the courtrooms. I was your lawyer.
Right. Sure.
When your heart was broken, I was your healer. You know, every time you thought that things was going on in your house that were magnificent, you thought it was you. It wasn't you. It was me.
That's true.
You know, and I was just sitting there just listening out, and I started to get convicted, and tears kind of started to roll down my face, man. And when he asked who need to rededicate their life, man, my hand locked to the bench. Okay. Like pry bar. My feet felt like they were glued to the floor and I couldn't move. And my fiance, Ebony Shack, she saw me trying to move and she shoved.
Okay. Okay.
That's how I began to walk, and man. And on my way up there, it felt like I was taking the world on my shoulders. I'm talking about everything just felt heavy. I'm talking about every step felt like one walk for mankind.
I understand.
Another step toward conviction. Okay. Another step for mankind. Another step for surrendering all. You know, and when I made it up there, the pastor he laid the hands on my head on a white and black suit, and he like, good God, man, can't nobody wear a white suit like that and look that good and fresh. All I can say, man, you know, through it all, from that third Sunday in October, you know, man, it's been life changing. It's been outstanding. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say and lie to the public that Marvin Perry been living perfect. You know, if you find a man out there living perfect, I want to meet him, cause you know I ain't had the opportunity to meet Jesus yet. You know, you know how.
Well, let me say this right here.
I want to meet him.
The public knows you as dramatized, down south soldier, a string of hit songs that the public jam to up in the club, including myself. I really love that song, Down South Soldier. And you can also go on YouTube and see that. The music video with Marvin Perry and members of that group, Dramatized. You got to tell me the change that come into your life now. Are you finished with rap, or is there a transformation from rap to something else? Gospel. Okay.
March the 21st.
Okay, go ahead, man. Let's hear it.
March the 21st, I'm releasing my first ever gospel CD.
Okay.
The whole CD is gonna be my gospel single that's really already doing good on the radio. I got everybody asking me when it's coming out. You know, I did my royalty deal. I did all my publishing. I signed on with ASCAP.
Okay.
Real Gospel Entertainment. You know, it's outstanding. You know, it's bringing fun to gospel.
Right.
You know,
right.
Bringing more fun.
And if I know you will modernize gospel.
Oh yeah.
Because you modernize. You did things in rap that changed people in Grenada and outside Grenada, because a lot of people know your music video. And if you, like I said, once again, if you go on YouTube, you can see how many times it's been hit. You know, how many hits it got. That's how many people that watched his video. And I'm telling you, Marvin, man, that was an awesome music video. And so we got a lot to expect for you in gospel.
Man.
Tell us. Let's hear it. I mean, because I heard some of your new material now.
God is outstanding, man. I wanted to bring some fun to it. See what I did was I gave it its own Holy Ghost swag.
You should hear it. You should hear it.
You got to check it out. It's called the Holy Ghost. You know, it got a dance step to it and everything. You know, I know some older people might be like, he talking about dancing the gospel music. You know, God won't praise. Right. And how you give praise and how I give praise
may be totally different. Right.
You know.